Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So, into the previous one, we had seen regarding the correlated subqueries, right? That what are these and what are these used for? Now we'll be discussing about the nested subqueries versus the correlated subqueries. So let me just go down here and okay, here we already did out the things right here. So I would take out a black color and I will just put on the heading first of all. So the topic for today's discussion is nested. Okay, that's the 1 second. I will put that out once again. So yeah, here it's nested subqueries. It's the subqueries versus we have the correlated. So versus we have the correlated subqueries. So here goes the subqueries. Fine. This is the topic that we're going to discuss up. I would take out a different color. Now, let's start it out. So I would start that okay, with a normal, not while. I would start with this particular one. So here it goes that with a normal nested query with a normal nested subquery, the inner select query runs first and executes once So with a normal nested subquery, the inner select query runs first and executes once, right? Returning values, returning values to be used by the main query. Okay, first of all, this is the thing regarding the nested subqueries. Fine. Okay, not the nested one. Fine. So with a normal nested subquery, the inner select query runs first and executes once, returning values to be used by the main query. Now, if I talk about the correlated subqueries, so I would just mention, okay, 1 second. Where's that pen gone? Right here, fine. So now, okay, one more minute right here. So the correlated subquery however, executes once for each candidate row considered. So the correlated subquery, however, executes once for each candidate row considered by the outer query. So for the correlated subqueries, we have however the executes once for each candidate row is considered by the outer query. Fine. Now I have a note to go ahead here. Then we'll be seeing up the example for this, right? So the note goes like this here. Note. Okay. So it is that you can also use any and okay, any would be in the caps. 1 second. You can also use any 1 second. Where has that again pen gone? What is happening to this right here? I don't know. Okay. So note, you can use any and all you can use any and uh, all operator in a correlated re correlated subquery. Fine. So you can also use any and all operator in a correlated subquery. Now what's the example of a correlated subquery? So here goes the example of correlated subquery. Fine. Let's see out the example for the correlated subquery. Okay, so let's say I just want to write out a query for finding out all the employees who earn more than the average salary in their department. Fine, let's say this is what I just want to go ahead and write out. So into that particular case, here we go with the select statement. So here it starts out that select last name, comma, salary, select last name, comma, salary, comma, department underscore ID. Select last name, salary and the department underscore ID from where. Okay, so that thing has to be selected from the employees table, from the employees outer. Okay, what is the condition that goes out? Let me come down. Where, so where it goes, where the salary is greater than the select AVG, and here goes the salary. Fine, that is the salary, select AVG salary from employees, and here goes where, let me just go down here for a while, where salary, select average salary from employees where department underscore ID is equal to outer dot department, where department underscore ID is equal to outer dot department underscore ID, and here it goes closed, right? So yes, fine. This is how we just put on the example for this particular query. Fine. Okay. Other than that, with the correlated part, you could use out the update and delete as well. Okay, so I'll mention that. With correlation, okay, with that it is correlated, right? So with correlated update and delete. Okay, update and delete both are actually used out with the correlated. With correlated, update and this can be used. Right, now coming down, we have the correlated update. Fine. Let's see about the correlated update. Fine. So here it goes, the correlated, okay, that is LAT, correlated, and here goes the update. Fine, correlated update. Now what's the thing that we are having out here? So here it goes, that update table, and here is your relevant table name, whatever you are having. So I would just not like this, I would write out here table underscore name. So whatever table has to be updated, you could just write out update table name. Fine. What is this column that has to be selected out? So set, and here goes select set column is equal to, what is the from here it goes the select statement, select, and from here it goes the expression, select expression. Okay, now from select this expression from, what's the thing? So we need to select it from table 2. Fine. And where? From table 2 and your table 2 name. Okay, here goes your table 2 I would just write that table underscore name and then 2 goes here. Fine. After that, here goes the where condition, where coming down we have table 1. We have table name 1 dot column. We have table name 1 dot column that is equal to, and then next we are having table underscore name 2 dot column. Fine. And you put out the equal to sign and just close this out and put on the semicolon at the very last. Fine. So this is how we do this out. So basically we use auto-related subquery to update rows in one table based on rows from another table. I would write that thing as well. So we write out use a correlated subquery, use a correlated subquery to, let me just get down and get out have a space to write out, use a correlated subquery to update rows in one table, to update rows in one table based on rows from another table. This is where we use out the correlated update one. So we use out a correlated subquery to update rows in one table based on the rows onto the from the other table. So yeah, this is how we do out that nested subqueries versus the correlated subqueries. With a normal nested subquery, the inner select query runs first and executes once, returning values to be used by the main query. The correlated subquery, however, executes once for each candidate row considered by the outer query. Notice that you can also use any at all operator in a correlated subquery. Examples of that we have already seen that how you could use out. And you could use out a correlated subquery to update rows in one table based on rows from another table. Right, so hope I am very much clear with all of these things which I have told regarding the correlated subquery and the correlated update. So we'll be stopping up here. This is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.